Dog Academy presents Agility Jumping 101. Meet the dogs used in this video lesson. Reese is from a working sheep farm in rural North Carolina. She has a super disposition, is great on sheep, and even better on an agility course. Gwen is from Hidden Valley Border Collies located in Oregon. She is a hard worker on and off the agility field. As you can see, there is nothing better to Gwen than a tennis ball. Grace is also from Hidden Valley Border Collies in Oregon. She's a very pretty red merle and has the same spunky disposition and willing to work for food attitude as the other girls do. Finally, we have the smallest member of our canine family. Our Pomeranian Poof is as sassy as she is cute. It turns out that she's more than just a pretty face. At just over a year old, Poof is learning her way around an agility course, much like the rest of her Border Collie family. Teaching dogs to jump has become an art form in the sport of agility. Top handlers all over the country have created specific systems to ensure dogs are jumping properly. Before I teach Gwen to jump, I will review her knowledge of clicker and target training from our earlier Dog Academy basic obedience lessons. Gwen is ready to jump, but not yet at full height. In the beginning, I needed to lure her over the jump with a cookie until she understood the behavior I was asking of her. She will continue to jump at a lower setting for about 20 repetitions, making sure to work the skill on both the left and right side of the jump. I like for my dogs to jump with a rounded jump position in the beginning of their training. You will note that Gwen must use her rear legs to help propel her over the jump. I will place the target as close as possible to the jump to force Gwen to really work hard to round herself over the bar. This rounding will allow her to make tight turns upon landing as we zoom through an agility course. Conversely, if we are not needing to turn but want to push forward, I would like her to extend her body over the jumps. You will note in these photos that Grace, Bendy, and Poof all have great extension as they flow over the jump, all the while holding their rear legs high enough to properly clear the bar. There are several systems that have been developed to teach your dog to properly jump in the sport of agility. Handlers have realized that if they take the time to work proper body position and build muscle memory in their dog, it will pay off later in their agility career. Once your dog understands how to jump, raise the bar to its ultimate required height as soon as possible, again working both the left and right side. For the sake of time, I have sped up the learning process and added another jump into Gwen's sequence here. When I originally trained her, I taught this one jump in my living room for about 2 weeks. I stood next to, in front of, behind, and on both sides of the jump, always with food and/or a target to encourage her to keep her head down instead of looking at me. Basically, I want Gwen to understand that if there is a jump in front of her, she should take it. If she takes the time to look at me, she may hit the bar and cause it to fall. Ideally, my dogs will take any jump that my shoulders are facing. However, if I turn into or away from my dog, she should move in the same direction to the next obstacle. At a recent trial, all 3 young dogs showed that they were proficient in reading my body position. If your training has progressed at a rapid rate, you may want to consider doing what I and many of my friends do. Grab another dog and test your skills as a handler. Ideally, your dog will jump with her head in a neutral forward-facing position. You will note here, Grace is busy looking at my hand for the cookies. Unlike Gwen, Grace is very dependent on what I'm doing while we run. For this reason, I will use a toy to direct her attention forward after she jumps. I hope you all had a good time today. So, who wants to learn how to do weave pulls first?